YouTube? This is BoxingWave. I'm really glad to do this video. Okay, I love this fight. I'm excited for it. Okay, I think it's a real fight. I think people need to realize that this here is a real fight. I know a lot of us is speaking on Ward and Kovalev. Okay, especially because Kovalev just finished fighting Pascal. Looked good against Pascal. And I know everybody wants this fight. Okay, but I think people really need to fall back and realize that this is a real fight going on here. This is Andre Ward fighting a good opponent, a guy that can actually beat him. Especially because he's a little bit unknown, okay? Even with the guys that he's beaten, like Carol Murat and old Jeff Lacey, those fights there where he dominated, you still really can't gauge how good he is. Okay, this guy is a contender, a true contender up at light heavyweight division in the light heavyweight division, which is one of my top 5 favorite divisions of boxing. As far as talent, I love the 175 division, and Sullivan Barrera is becoming a major player up at 175. So I do love this fight. And Andre Ward, this is his first fight at 175. I'm glad he's not fighting the Alexander Brands of the world or some blown up guys at 168 that really didn't fight anyone. Okay, I'm glad he's taking on a tough opponent, one of the tougher opponents at 175. And these are the fights that Ward needs to prepare him for Kovalev, because I do think he needs to be prepared for Kovalev. I think Kovalev is that good. He needs to be prepared for a guy like Kovalev, all right? Especially because he's moving up to fight him. It's not like he's moving down. Kovalev is moving down to fight Ward like Chad Dawson did, okay? We don't have to worry about him being weight drained. He's going to fight a Kovalev that's going to be at his best. Kovalev is active. Kovalev has been knocking guys out. He has a huge power, punching power advantage. And I think these are the fights that Andre Ward need to have before fighting Kovalev, all right? So anyway, I was going to do this video last week. The reason why I didn't do the video was because I saw the tweet. One of the commenters on one of my videos said that Kathy Duva said on Twitter, or no, she didn't say it, but I think it was, God, what's this guy's name? Dan Raphael, all right? Dan Raphael. He said that Kathy Duva is having a hard time trying to finalize this fight, okay? Now, there's been plenty of things that's gone on over the past couple of months about this fight since the rumors started circulating. I didn't want to do any videos. I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to see what was going to happen, if this fight was really going to take place. I seen the tweets between Barrera, you know, saying that he's J.C. Penney and all of this. Ward, you know, kind of act a little diva-ish with the money. You're not going to get paid off me on this fight. I saw all of that. I didn't want to really make any videos discussing that because I wanted to see if the fight happened. I don't care about the diva stuff. I mean, I care about it if the fight wasn't going to happen. You know, if the fight wasn't going to happen because, you know, Ward was trying to lowball him, or because Barrera was trying to outprice himself, then it would have been a problem. I would have made a video about that. But I wanted to wait and see if the fight was going to take place. I didn't want to make 7, 8 videos without even doing a prediction on a fight. You know, I don't have the time like I had before to do that. All right, so I'm glad the fight is taking place. This is a real fight, and I would really love to go to this fight. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to L.A. a few weeks after. I might be out there the weekend when Golovkin fights Dominic Wade. So I'm not going to be able to go hit Cali up 2 times in a row. Even though I want to see this fight. I don't really care for the Golovkin fight. But since I'm out, I'm probably going to be out in L.A. If I go to L.A. that weekend, I'm probably just going to end up going to the Golovkin fight, all right? So anyway, about this fight. Sullivan Barrera, I mean, I've seen his fights. I've been watching his fights. I did watch the Murat fight again. Okay, Murat, I never really seen him fight outside of fighting Bernard Hopkins. Okay, that was the first time I see Murat fight leading up. I think I might have watched a fight or two before he fought Bernard Hopkins, but Bernard Hopkins, clowned around with him, pretty much easily beat him. He beat Shumanev, he beat Marat, and then he got destroyed by Kovalev. But Marat, I never really thought anything of him. Okay, I never thought he was really that good. I know he was ranked pretty well before fighting Hopkins. But I saw Barrera fight him, and Barrera just pretty much outworked him, gave him a beatdown, moved forward and just beat him down. Barrera is not a slick fighter. Shout out to Mr. Boxing today. He made a prediction right away this morning. He actually beat me to it. He said a lot of things that I agree with. I pretty much agreed with damn near the whole video. Okay, he said that Barrera is not a slick fighter by any means. He's a come forward fighter. He's not a southpaw. It's nothing similar between him and Rigondeaux or Lara or a lot of the stereotypes that come with Cuban fighters today, like Willie Monroe Jr. He's not like a lot of these guys. This guy is pretty active, all right? He's pretty active in the ring. Volume is there, okay? The punching power is there, okay? The guy is pretty strong. He has a big, he has a nice physique. The guy looks like he's in great shape, all right? But the thing with Barrera is, I don't want to say he's limited, because I really don't know how good he really is. I won't know until after this fight, okay? I just don't think he has the same amount of tools that Andre Ward has. I think defensively Ward is much better. I think Ward has a big hand speed advantage, okay? I think we're going to see Barrera doesn't look slow to me. It's just that when he fights a guy like Ward, if you watch a Ward fight, like what I did last week was watch Ward against Paul Smith, and then I went and watched Barrera against Marat. I've obviously seen both fights before, but I wanted to really compare their most recent performances. And they were both dominating performances. It's just that the opponents, even the level of opposition in each face were kind of similar, all right? The only thing is, with Barrera offensively is a seek and destroy type of fighter. The fights I've seen him in, he's pretty much just pounding out his opponents, walking them down, and just outworking them, okay? Giving them different looks. I mean, the dude is a skilled boxer. I don't think he's as technical as a Ward. I don't even know if he can outpunch Andre Ward, okay? And I'll get a little bit more into that later, but the dude is a worker, and he's going to be a tough fight. This is going to be a tough fight for Ward, especially in the beginning of the fight, okay? And I think in the beginning, the opening rounds of the fight, where both fighters are fresh, I can't really give either one of an advantage because Ward hasn't been as active as Barrera, but Barrera do have a couple years over Ward, but he's just not as experienced with Ward. Ward has fought way better fighters, but you could give the size advantage to Barrera. He's been fighting nothing but 175-pounders, and Ward is stepping up to fight him, okay? Can Ward take a big punch, a big clean punch from a Barrera? I don't know if he can, I don't know if Ward had a hard time making that 172-pound catch weight against Paul Smith. Maybe he should have been fighting 175 for the past couple of years now. Maybe he really can't make 168. I really don't know. We really won't know until this fight, but it's a great matchup. I think early on, like I said, it's going to be an action-packed fight. I do think this is going to be an action-packed fight, but I think with Ward and his experience and his ability to make an adjustment, he could fight any type of way there is to fight. I mean, I think Ward is the equivalent of a Floyd Mayweather and a Bernard Hopkins as far as his style, in my opinion, okay? He's the closest you're going to get to a Hopkins, and he's the closest you're going to get to a Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion, okay? I think he can do pretty much what they both can do. I'm not saying he's better than either one of them, but I think he can do what they both can do, and he can do it well, okay? And I think Ward overall just has more tools. He'll be able to adjust. If he's going to fight on the outside and work off the jab, is he going to smother Barrera and try to beat him on the inside, okay? And Barrera does have some decent inside game, not like Ward's, okay? I think he has a power advantage. I think he has a size. But Ward is used to fighting stronger fighters. Like I said in a recent video, against Edwin Rodriguez. Edwin Rodriguez is a guy he's a bigger 175 pounder. Yeah, he's not really technically sound. Yeah, he's a brawler, but he's a bigger guy at 175 who has punching power. A guy that's really a cruiserweight. He came overweight to fight Andre Ward, and he's big at 175. And Andre Ward was able to control him even on the inside. He was able to do it. That's how strong Andre Ward is. Strong as far as punching power, no, he doesn't have the biggest power. But as far as strength, the guy can control fighters that are bigger than him. And I would expect the same, even though Barrera is strong himself. I think Andre Ward still beats Barrera on the inside. Okay. Overall, I think Andre Ward, the way the fight is going to go, I think the earlier rounds, I think it's going to be very competitive. Okay, they both going to give each other's looks, but Andre Ward knows how to control the pace of the fight. When I seen Barrera, he's usually just walking guys down and giving them a beating until the fight is stopped. Okay, Andre Ward will slow the pace down if he has to. Okay, against Sullivan Barrera. All right. Not only that, the only thing that I noticed wrong between Barrera and the Murat fight is that I seen a dramatic slowdown in pace with Barrera by the third round, okay, because he was throwing a lot of shots. So I don't know how good his conditioning is. I don't know if he can fight 12 rounds. I should have went and looked on BoxRec and looked at his whole record. I didn't do that before this fight. I don't know if he's been 12 rounds or how many times he's been at 12 rounds professionally and how he looked through all those 12 rounds. But I expect Ward to slow him down. I think as the longer the fight goes, Andre Ward is still going to sustain the same pace and the same punch volume as the fight draws closer to the end. I don't know if Sullivan Barrera could do that, especially if he's taking jabs to the stomach or fight. And trust me, Ward is going to be doing the same thing. All right. I don't know if Sullivan Barrera can deal with a guy that has the movement of an Andre Ward neither. Okay. Is his punches gonna land as clean as they normally do? I don't think they will, okay, because he's gonna fight a guy that's not gonna be always standing right in front of him like a Jeff Lacey that he could just push up on the ropes and just beat him down, or like Murat, okay. So I think overall Ward has more advantages. I think as the fight goes longer, Ward will take more advantage and win more rounds clearly, whereas the first 4 or 5 rounds, I think it's going to be a very, very competitive fight, okay? I think Barrera has a puncher's chance in this fight. I think he is capable of definitely knocking out Andre Ward, all right, if he gets Andre Ward with a good shot, or at least knocking him down, hurting him. Ward only has been down once, okay? I noticed that in the Paul Smith fight that when he did get hit with a jab early on, it definitely seemed to bother him, okay? He definitely, you could see that the jabs that landed in that Paul Smith fight was effective, okay? And it really bothered Ward. But like Mr. Boxing Today said in that same video that he did earlier, definitely go check out Mr. Boxing Today's channel. He said that Ward was able to take a jab away from Paul Smith, and if he has to do the same with Barrera, he will do that. He is great at taking whatever tools you have away from you. If it's power, if it's your jab, if it's your movement, he'll cut off the ring. Whatever he has to do, he is a technician. He is a master. He is a chess player. And Ward is just, I think, in my opinion, will be too much, okay? So I think Ward is going to win this fight by a decision. I don't know if Barrera has a chin. All right, if Ward is able to hit him with a clean shot that's capable of dropping him, he could possibly stop Barrera at the end. I just don't know because I really don't know how good Barrera really is. All I know is that Barrera is coming close to even getting his shot against another Kovalev. He might have been fighting Kovalev very soon. I think he was supposed to fight Beterbiev last year. All right, Barrera is one of those top contenders on the come up, even though he's 33 years old. He's one of those top guys that you just don't know how good he is. From what I see, he is very good. I just don't think he's ready for Andre Ward yet, okay? And I think Andre Ward is going to win this fight by decision, or possibly, I think if Barrera is going to win this fight, it will be by knockout because he definitely has a puncher's chance by far. And if Ward is not as sharp as the Ward that we know from the past, he might very well get knocked out in this fight. Okay, but I'm going for Ward by decision. That's my pick. And make sure you guys subscribe and see me on the next video. I got to do Pacquiao and Bradley 3.